to good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So we have another coaching series this Sunday evening coaching, 8 p.m. We may be shifting this call, by the way. We may be changing this call towards the week at some point. We're thinking about Sundays are good. Y'all can send us emails, which I'll think on that. Request for Thursdays. That's the request I keep getting. So, and we actually got also a meetup that we're going to start every second Thursday, every second Wednesday or Thursday. So we are working on that as well. Good evening, Instagram. So, okay. But all right, tonight we got how to find deals on social media. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about Naples this weekend. So awesome event down in Naples, Florida. We went down in network, Level Up Network. Level Up Network is more than just a network. We're not just there to gather in a circle, gather in a crowd, and of course, get to meet each other, but we are pushing to actually network, get to know each other. Along with that, we did cover quite a few topics in mobile home investing. A lot of new investors to mobile homes. A few realtors, brokers were at the event, so they done some type of real estate, just not obviously mobile homes, manufactured housing, which obviously a shocker when I hear of realtors and or brokers in Florida that have not done any mobile homes. You know, mobile homes being as big as they are, in mobile homes they are Florida, they have traditional lending. A lot of banks do lend on mobile homes out in those areas. The closings are very similar to traditional closings that you would do real estate as well. Obviously, if it is just a mobile home and no title, it's still personal property. So you still have that. But, you know, nevertheless, you know, realtors, brokers, firms, they are taking a lot of these closings and doing them in office, which, you know, we don't get to do that here now. Georgia, South Carolina, you know, we're pushing for that. And we do have a couple that we work for, but, you know, a lot of that is a lack of interest, you know, some of that. So a great event, all in all, great team we had. I mean, great turnout. We had people. So here's the thing is, you know, and as our coaches and mentors would say, how bad do you want it? You know, that's always the thing is because you got to start by showing up. You have to first show up to be able to do anything, take any kind of action. You can't even show up, you know, how do you expect to make anything happen? But we had a bunch of local people that were thinking about showing up, attending, and we never did see them. You know, pretty good crowd overall. But we had two ladies that actually flew from Baltimore, Maryland. We had a whole family that flew from Houston, Texas to this. Now, you know, this isn't even an event really in a sense where we really deep dive into any type of coaching. I mean, we did cover a lot of topics. A lot of the questions that were asked at the end of it, of course. But it was just, you know, that surprise that how bad do you want is always that thing. You know, for me to see somebody come from Texas, from Baltimore, Maryland, to just the network, get to know us and meet us, you know, that's huge. Obviously, all of them have already signed up for the shadow event, which is in October. But, you know, it shows that seriousness. You know, a lot of people talk about it, you know, they want to do this. They want to do that. You know, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, are you willing to do it? We have a webinar every Wednesday, and we have over 100 people that are signed up. And I would say probably a 10th of those people show up. You know, I cannot show up, as our partner Ray would say, is, you know, I cannot show up for you. You know, so you got to take that action on your own and be able to do at least that. But great, all in all, great turnout. That is an event that we plan on doing. I know we mentioned that we're going to be nationwide very soon. That's our goal within the next 5 years. Texas is definitely on our radar. We got another invite to come out there and speak. So what we're thinking at this point with the whole Level Up meetup is we're going to go state to state, county, city, different every time. So next month, we are thinking we are going to be in the same area just because of how many more connections we have there, how many more people want to join and do a lot of the things we're doing. So we have that already. Plus, they've already offered a location for us in either Fort Myers or Cape Coral, Florida. But my goal is to the following month, let's go to South Carolina. The following month, let's go to North Carolina, Alabama, and then we get into Mississippi and Texas. And that's how we're going to start building more and more of the network and really start growing, pushing furthermore. You know, mobile home investing is nationwide. It's not one state has more than others, sure, but every state has mobile homes. Even California, yes, I wouldn't consider them affordability housing at that point, but affordable versus what is there, I suppose, you know, just not the numbers that we see. When I start seeing people paying $2 million for a mobile home, yeah, that's something different of an investment we're used to. So just a different market, but There's a reason why they reach out to us. There is a reason why I coach a lot of students from California to invest in Georgia. A lot of reason on that. But all right, so let's jump in. It's 10 after. I know we can only cover so much of this call on Sundays. Don't forget, on Wednesdays is when we go deep dive into the same coaching call. Sundays is really a previous to what to come on Wednesday evenings. Wednesday is a members only, so if you want to join us, send me a DM. It is for members, so it is a membership you have to get into, but you can join the first time at no cost. Let me see, and I had a couple questions here. One of the things we're doing, by the way, yes, is go ahead and send your questions. So we're trying to put the topic up top as quickly as we can throughout the week, meaning that you'll know what the following Sunday is going to be. I want to be able to go ahead and start advertising it the Sunday before so that you can come up with some questions, and then we'll kind of answer them towards the end. So that's what I'm going to do now is I'll answer these questions towards the end based on the marketing. But if you do have questions, send them to us. Send us a DM, any of our social media. You can email me, j@garciamhu.com, or admins will answer the questions. If they cannot, they do forward to me, and then I answer them directly, or we make reels, videos, try to answer everybody's at that time. So how to find deals on social media? Yeah, that's a typical question. How to find it? My thing is, why are you looking for deals? If you are in the Southeast, where we're covering the investments, why are you looking for deals? Come join us on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you new listening on here or listening to the recording tomorrow, come Monday when we post it up there, every Tuesday we pitch off-market deals. The majority of those have due diligence done through us. We have walked all of the homes. So we save you a lot of headaches already getting into. But, if you must go out and look for deals, yeah, there is ways to look for to deals using social media. All right, good. We're awesome. Yeah, I'll answer a couple of these. Good deal. Here, Tuesday, yeah. All right, so a lot of these questions are not even part of these here, so we're going to leave them for later. All right, let's just go ahead and get into social media. It doesn't matter what strategy you use when it comes to trying to find mobile homes deals. I will tell you which links we use, which websites we use. And it does not mean that's the only limited to. That's the ones that we use. We have a system in place and we use it accordingly. If you know of any other sites, any other apps, any websites that are also listing mobile homes, and especially if they're free, use them. I always tell people that. People always bring me these apps I've never heard about, and they have a bunch of mobile homes here. They list them on, awesome. I have no need for them just because we have a system currently. We don't fix what's not broken, and we know what we're doing works. So for that reason, we kind of keep going. But, I would say consistency. Consistency is the key. You cannot blast one ad or put a bandit sign one time and think you're going to have every deal coming to you. It doesn't work that way. When it comes to physical advertising, I'm not opposed to it, but it's not one that I would go to, especially now at this point. I don't even use it. We spent quite a few months where we bought thousands of bandit signs. And we were posting them in different counties, different cities, different states. Some people say they work great. I don't know what great means in their sense of percentage versus what they're putting out. But from what I remember us using them, it was terrible. We could put a sign out and a couple of days later we would drive by. It wasn't even there. It was already removed, or maybe lawn care was out there. I don't know if they came out missing. We had people calling us that weren't supposed to call us, or we didn't want them to call. One of the things a lot of people forget is you cannot just put bandit signs everywhere. There are some counties, some cities where they don't allow bandit signs of any kind. So if you go out there and you post a bandit sign, you're going to get a call, but it's not going to be somebody trying to sell you a mobile home. It's going to be somebody telling you if you don't remove your sign or stop putting signs, you will get a fine. Violation of the city rule regulations, of course. So, if you are going to do something like bandit signs, is simply go to the county, give them a call. You can possibly go to Google and just find out some of the rules on there. And I know there's lengthy ways to gray areas. Some people have said, well, if you put them out on the weekends and pick them up back early Monday mornings, they won't really get on to you. That's a lot of work. I'm going to tell you some of the ways we use, and we don't do none of that. They're expensive, it's physical work, and they're very limited. Because remember, if I put a bandit sign out in, let's just say, using Georgia, for example, Central Georgia, Warner Robins, Georgia, if I pull one out somewhere, well, somebody from another county, unless they drive by, they're not going to see that. You're very limited. It's a lot of time consumption, a lot of expense too, a lot of labor in a sense. And, you can hire people to go out and do it for you. but it's not something that I would push on. So that's what my take is on bandit signs. But if you must use bandit signs, put them up high. Stop putting your bandit signs next to another. I buy mobile homes, I buy houses, I buy refurbished furniture, all kinds of stuff you see. You put another sign right beside those, you're just another sign. Nobody's going to see your sign. Get creative with them. Try to make them stick out a little bit. Maybe yellow with red, white with purple, different colors like that. But put them up high. If I was going to use one today, I would do something like maybe leaving the Walmart parking lot if there is a post. Put them up high where it can be seen, but it cannot be taken down so easily. Like I said, a lot of lawn care companies, they come through, they may not be trying to take them out, but they're in their way, they throw them off to the side and they're not going to stick them back up for you. So, but consistency, be consistent on that as well. Some of our social media sites we use, okay? Craigslist, Let Go, Classified, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, especially. The best. That's the best way to go. Like I said, the limitation of just somebody being able to see it, with social media is everybody is on social media. Everybody's on social media getting on, and these groups, Facebook Marketplace groups, are growing. If you go to Craigslist, for instance, and you type in Georgia, and to look up the cities where you can post anything, you're going to see that there's maybe 6 or 7, meaning that you have to find the biggest one nearest to that you can go and post something on there and hope that everybody sees it. Example for us, it would be Atlanta, Georgia, but we're also talking east. We're also talking central. So, I want to be more direct to that. And that's why Facebook groups, for instance, every county, every city has their own groups. And pay attention to some of the groups. Now, if you come on Wednesday, I'll show you how to post the actual ads out there, how to look for the groups that are actually going to matter. There are certain groups you should be posting. Some you should not. It's not going to do you any good. Also, there is a specific time that we blast some of the social media. So it's not just any time of the day, I'm going to go blast some ads and, it kind of works out. You have to learn your buyer. You have to learn your seller. You have to know your clientele. And we've been able to figure out what time our clientele is on social media. And that's the times that we take to go out and blast them. So definitely join us on Wednesday for that. But Craigslist, very good. But it's a lot of spam, a lot of scam, and you will get phone calls. I suggest do not put your phone number. I would rather get an email with some spam jump. I can pretty much tell, somebody, hey, if you click here, you get free this, that's spam. Don't click on that. But I would not give my phone number out on Craigslist. Now, quick little tip on that you can do. Should you have to put your number, change a 0 to an O. Okay, that's one thing that you can do is if you want to put your number, because a lot of those are bots. They're automated. People are taking those, copy pasting them. And if you copy and paste and it's an O instead of a 0, when they go to type it doesn't actually go to you. It goes somewhere or it doesn't go nowhere at all. They don't take the time to actually look for that. So there's one way you can kind of disguise your number, but I would suggest don't do that. Let Go, OfferUp, Classified. Those are 3 others, 2 already combined. Let Go and OfferUp, I believe. You can find a lot of deals, but I wouldn't post a whole lot for those because you can get flagged pretty quickly. That's one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to overdo something and you're constantly being seen. You don't want to post the same ad repeatedly down to the word and period, meaning you just copy and paste, copy, paste. We do that on Facebook groups, but that's different, okay? Your Facebook won't get that algorithm as quickly. And you're not posting thousands of these, of course. You're posting, I would suggest 5 to 10 posts every day. And onto that is getting people to come out to you. So don't spend an hour on Craigslist scrolling and scrolling. I'm trying to find a mobile home. You're going to find a lot. A lot of dealerships are also getting into Craigslist now. I was scrolling the other day for a few minutes, and it was all brand new manufactured homes. If that's what you're looking for, then awesome. But I would typically search elsewhere for something like that. It's just one more service. Somebody, a sales agents, obviously pick up on that, and they're blasting theirs. So instead of spending so much time on trying to search the deal, and you will get deals, okay? But reminder, if a mobile home is on social media, it's probably not a good deal, or it would already be gone, okay? Because good deals don't last. And if they're posted on there somewhere, somebody's going to hear about them very quickly, and they're going to be off and gone where it's not a good deal. It means that they're asking too much money. You got a better chance of getting one that somebody's asking too much into a deal versus one that's a deal and lasting there. Because then it comes the negotiation tactic. How good can you negotiate? If you can negotiate pretty good on those and explain why you're offering what you're offering, I say go on coaching mode, then you're going to be okay. You just got to get them down to obviously where it's y'all are in the same filled at that point at least. You know, somebody asking 20,000 and you're going to offer 5, it's probably not going to work out, right? So it's all about explaining your offer. But instead of browsing for so much of these deals and trying to make a deal out of something, you know, that's another thing. Don't force a deal. It's not a deal. If the numbers don't check out, then let it be until it is. Okay, it's, you know, put it on the back burner. And I know some investors say, I've been trying on this deal for 3 weeks, for 4 weeks. What else have you done since? Are there other deals potentials? Well, no, this is my focus. You know, as part of learning your buyer and your seller is you have to know how distressed they are. Somebody out there is ready to sell yesterday versus somebody's ready to sell maybe in a few months. You know, you should have enough deals going on that you have priorities. You know, this guy's going to come out sooner. This lady here is going to be next, and kind of just point them out that way. Filling the seller out. That's huge. Just knowing how stressed they are to sell. But most important, instead of searching, post, I buy mobile homes. I pay cash for mobile homes. Anyone looking to sell today? Okay, little short phrases like that. You know, don't put paragraphs. Nobody's reading your book. Nobody's going to pay attention to that. I also don't use pictures very much. I think they get spammed and get flagged pretty quickly, especially on Facebook or Marketplace. You know, if you go and post a picture, we used to do a lot of pictures where we would actually write in the picture, and then we would just leave the body on the message blank. That worked out for a little while, but that was too Craigslist-like. So Facebook kind of started deleting that. So if you are on Craigslist a lot more, I would say if you can take a picture with an old rundown mobile home, write on it, I buy mobile homes like this, pay cash. You know, something short, put your number if you want on that, and then you can blast that without putting a whole lot on the actual message. You can put read the info on the card, you know, something like that. But when it comes to Facebook, I would say leave it blank. Leave it. You don't put any picture on that. Just put the message what you are trying to deliver. And there's a lot of other things. You know, I'm not going to teach you how to use Facebook, but, you know, you can also renew your own ads by simply dropping a period, a comma. I'm sure some of y'all may see this. Hey, somebody put a period on my post. What does that mean? It means somebody's trying to keep up with your post. So, you know, but that renews your post. So you could have 10 out there, you put 10 more, and then you go hit periods on all the other ones. You know, you're constantly renewing. So like I said, on Wednesday, I will show y'all how to actually post on these. We'll break out some of the deals, and I may even pull some deals that I may think on Craigslist or Facebook also. Craigslist, I'm not seeing as much deals being posted as much as I am seeing a lot of people trying to buy, you know, and it kind of shifts from time to time. Let Go Classified, I see a lot of deals, but Let Go in Classified will spam you and will remove you completely if you start posting, I buy. If you're not there to sell something and you just there to quotations advertise, you'll get removed. Ask me how I know, right? Multiple accounts and we still can't get one to stay. So, you know, don't do that. Don't do that no more. You know, look for deals, but that's why you need, and you should have somebody doing that for you, by the way. All right, let me see. So yeah, same thing. A question with the bandit signs, you know, how often should I put bandit signs out? You should, you know, unless you already bought them or you already made them, I would say don't put bandit signs out. Stick with the social media. It's quicker. You don't have to go anywhere and it's free. Okay. But if you do have the signs, I would say pick an area. You know, typically what we do with mobile homes is, let's say I'm going to focus on a city. I'm going to use Central Georgia again. We got a lot of stuff going on down there. So let's just say Warner Robins. What I'm going to do is take the map and draw a circle. So I'm going to do maybe 20, 25 mile radius, and anything in that circle, that's where I'm going to focus, both social media and maybe physically. So I would say something like that. You know, part of learning your customer is knowing where they can be found. Okay, so something like a bandit sign, you know, who uses laundromat, for instance? People in mobile homes, you know, affordability housing that they cannot afford to have a washer, dryer. So bandit, you know, laundromats are huge. You can put little bandit cards inside. You can put bandit signs near. If there's mobile home parks that you know of, don't put the bandit signs in the park, okay? But you can put them outside. Maybe the entrance where they're leaving across the street. If there's a place where you can stick one, put it down. If you can find a post where it can be up high, do the same thing on that. So, and we're going to show you a few more ways to advertise physically as well. Physical advertising is not bad, but it just takes time. Like I said, when I do it, it's typically more so I'm already out in the field. We're going to take a new route, and I have a bunch of cards with me or little signs. You know, there's ways where you can come into parks and leave those as well. All right. Social media, don't want, yeah. Okay, so privacy on that, down in Naples, I actually just covered this very topic is I don't want people seeing my social media. So how can I post from a different account? If you're getting new into mobile home investing, especially, or you don't mind creating a new Facebook, a new account for it, because that's the only place they could really see you. And no, whoever has Instagram, Instagram's not that good. We'll talk about that one. People will go to your Facebook account. People go to mine all the time. I know they do. Now, I don't mind it because I started adding so many Facebook groups, early on. I have thousands. I probably had 10,000 groups on my account. Could you imagine me recreating another Facebook and trying to start? That would be impossible just about. It would be a job. But for those of you new or starting a new Facebook, you can go start adding groups on that one. Make it just about business. Maybe you can make your profiles into mobile home, mobile park, and just everything is about mobile home, which is technically what a website is. You can almost create into that, and then you can blast on there so people don't see your personal anything. Definitely do that. So, if you're not comfortable with somebody seeing your personal for whatever reason, then I would say create something different. No, Instagram, I would say Instagram is a no-go period. I mean, Instagram is more of a show what you're doing. You can possibly get the deal sold on Instagram, but we see so limited of. I mean, here lately, if it's a reel, if it's a story, they do great. But if it's an actual post or you're trying to buy something, the interaction is limited. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm doing something y'all different than y'all are. So if you know something that, email me on there as well. Twitter, also another one that I would say, post what you're doing, maybe some achievements, because people do want to do business with people they know. People want to do business with people who are successful or who are out there doing what they're trying to do. So I would say something like Instagram, Twitter, and just more post. Hey, I closed on my 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is what I had in it. This is what we sold it for. Here's what my returns were. Awesome return on my investment. Something like that, it started getting more and more known. Part of branding, marketing, and advertising is that you have to be consistent. When somebody's thinking about buying or selling a mobile home, I want them to think about me. That's only going to happen if I'm constantly out there. We hear that repeatedly from our students, from our investors. Jay, we see you on these ads every day. Good. I need to double up. You need to keep doing it. The one thing that you cannot do too much of is over advertise. Now, I'm saying that generally, you cannot over advertise. It's never too much of, but you can't overdo it on Facebook. So don't do that. Don't post more than about maybe 20 groups in one sitting. Leave it that on a day, one day, the next day, go to a different set of groups. Don't keep posting on the same groups over and over and over as well. Same thing for Craigslist. If you post in the, let's just say, Savannah area, I don't want to go there tomorrow and the next day because you're going to see that they all get flagged. They all get flagged. One of the hardest things we're seeing with Craigslist is, and we don't know, we studied it a little while back where we were paying attention who was doing what kind of thing, making ads stick. When we go on there and we blast a certain ad, people would come on and you can see what somebody flagged you. So it's like, okay, for whatever reason, that was typically somebody, I call them haters. Okay. That's also a lot of times a lot of investors that are investing in those areas. If you're new to a certain area and you start blasting, I'll see other investors as a network, somebody else I can do business with. But the majority of people don't see that. The majority of people say, oh, that's my competition. So their way of reacting to that is if you post we buy mobile homes, they knock you off of there. They flag you for absolutely no good reason. Keep posting, get creative. I buy manufactured homes, I buy trailers, I buy, and be consistent. It doesn't matter. They'll wear off and they'll go away. Okay, so a few of the things on there. Man, that went quick, 30 minutes. This is why we need you all on Wednesday. Yes, remember a couple of things on Instagram. All right. Wednesday, we will go a lot more in depth. So this Wednesday, I want to show you how we post our ads, how we actually go in there and which groups we pick while we pick them. I want to show you exact wordings that we use from Craigslist, Let Go, OfferUp, and Classified to Facebook groups, of course. If you do want to start a new Facebook, I'm going to get a little bit into that as well. But let me go ahead and talk about, I'll show you all bandit signs and bandit cards, okay? Bandit cards is very similar to bandit signs, but they were completely different. And those actually work, not like bandit signs, they're a waste. Shadow event, okay? I'm talking about this networking event that we're doing, the level up where we're doing it in person. We also have the second Wednesday. We're thinking second Wednesday or Thursday. We're gonna blast an ad on that, but I'm thinking the second Wednesday of every month at our new offices closer to us, Atlanta, where we're located, We have conference rooms. We have a lot of things are going on in that area. We're trying to put groups to be able to come into our offices. We're going to have conferences, like I said. We may even go into coaching into some of these here. But the level up for sure, if that's something you're interested in, okay, at this time, it is no fee. So you just have to travel and get yourself there. But we will post updates on that when our next one is going to be. We're thinking mid-month of next month, but we'll just keep updating everybody. The goal is to push a lot of these bigger investors also to our shadow event. The shadow event is October 1st, October 2nd. That is a 2-day live event. Second day is not mandatory, but I highly suggest it. It's where we actually take you to mobile home parks. We show you in and out. We grade parks. We show you why we invest in mobile homes. We will have handyman, contractors, park managers, okay, park owners. We got 4 speakers and a guest speaker that's going to be there as well, along with our insurance agent who's going to be talking about protect your asset, protecting your mobile home investment. So a lot of things on that. Tune in for that. Send us an email if you're interested. If you may want to join us, that's going to be in Warner Robins, Georgia, October 1st, October 2nd. A lot of things coming up. A lot of coaches are coming. We are talking about a lot of deals. We're going to start getting creative as well. So you definitely want to join us on Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. I don't see any questions, so it is 8:30. Awesome. Thank you all for joining me this evening. We'll blast this tomorrow morning on our YouTube. Have a good night.